Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We've been doing a good job lately. The streak probably went up by 1 because we did an Azazel run on the stream, but you didn't miss much. We got the box 1M3D9H7. Great damage. I was just waiting to see if we got a rate of fire increase there, because our rate of fire is pretty bad. But great damage, a really, really good spacebar item. Oh, that was my chance to use the Hanged Man for good, not for evil. Would have been hilarious if we just got hit on that room and then, like, we're immediately down to our last HP or something early. But thankfully, not the case. Either way, this run is actually so extremely well equipped to the last, as compared to the last run, that I actually feel bad. All we really need is one good tiers upgrade, and it's like so disproportionately good relative to an average run that we're probably totally set. We've got an incredibly good trinket. Maggie's Faith with Spirit Hearts will give us a lot of protection in the future here, although it's not useful until like the 3rd floor, basically. Well, I guess on the 2nd floor it'll still give us an Eternal Heart that we could protect maybe, but it might be a liability on the 2nd floor because we might want to play a deal with the devil, for example. So I think you just disconnect one side completely here, and then blow these guys up in the middle here. And Jar of Flies, a great spacebar item. Come on, didn't take forever here with the order. Jar of Flies, a great spacebar item. Like, I know I'm using the G word a lot here, but it really is excellent. And then, on top of that, we got 4.41 damage. Could use a little speed, like 1 speed upgrade is optimal. Obviously, rate of fire is very important. That's every run, more or less, needs something as Eden. Our run right now needs, it needs tiers. Everything else is set up extremely nicely. I'd prefer not to use our flies this early, because then it stops us from generating flies, but gotta do what you gotta do. So nothing of value there. No more tinted rocks, it seems. So we'll probably have, yeah, you only get a Jar of Flies charge when you kill an enemy with your tiers. You can't kill them with your flies. But we'll still go into this room with 5 flies, which against an enemy like Pin, although we only have 3 left, is going to do a decent amount of damage. Most important thing is that if data miner shows up, take a picture of it with your cell phone and then run in the opposite direction, call somebody you know, because data miner does not have your safety in its heart. It is an evil item. We're going to get the hell out of here. Range upgrade that contributes to a mom transformation, that don't impress me much. Sure, you got the name, but have you got the touch? Don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're all right. That's not true. I don't really think mom's lipstick is very good at all. But that won't get me guppy on a long, cold February night. That don't impress me much. Canada's pop princess Shania Twain. Words to live by, friends. Words to live by. Okay, the keys are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm pro-key in this situation. And I kind of hate these enemies, so I'll tell you what, we will pop Jar of Flies. The thing is, with terrible rate of fire, or at least fairly bad rate of fire, I don't want to pop Jar of Flies in a situation where there's easy enemies to kill. Because I don't want the flies to get kills. I want me to get kills, and then use flies to take out enemies that are more annoying. Dark Bomb, obviously an incredibly good item. We should have gone to our boss trap room after we used Team of Temesis. That's my bad. Like, these enemies should be easy enough for us to, like, you know, 3 or 4 hit, depending on whether or not they're champions, so we can get free flies off of them. But enemies that, you know, could rush us down, obviously more important for us to take advantage of that in that circumstance. No tinted rock on this room. I was thinking, like, man, how do I just implicitly have, like, an instinctual knowledge of which rooms are likely to have tinted rocks and which rooms aren't? First off, don't toot your own horn too much. You got a track record on video of missing a lot of tinted rocks. But secondly, I'm pretty sure the answer is just if a room has more rocks, it's likely to have more tinted rocks. So I had a feeling it was probably 50-50 whether or not we could even get that. Hopefully we'll be able to finagle that Spirit Heart get. But I'm pretty sure that we're like 100% taken care of right now. Especially if our deal with the devil gives us a tiers upgrade or like outrageous damage upgrades, then we're pretty much good to go, I think, for like the rest of the game. Keep in mind, we're basically getting 1 HP, or, you know, I'd like to think of it as 1 free deal with the devil compensation, a coupon at least on every single floor. It's a coupon because we don't have to redeem it right away, but it does pay for it, you know, when we redeem it. Okay, Magic Mush, that's up there as far as the highest quality items go. And Little Brim, I think, is absolutely great as well. Flatworm versus Maggie's Faith. We'll probably stick with Maggie's Faith. And honestly, like, our HP is still great. What does our rate of fire go to with Magic Mush? Stays at 14, but our damage gets better. It's good because our flies are still going to be pretty solid. Like, well, actually, they're going to be even better. But it's bad because I do still want to fire shots a little faster. But it's definitely more good than it is bad. There was a red heart in here, so... Start feeding me spiders. That's what I was going to say. Definitely was not going to say start feeding me HP. That would be ridiculous. I want to be fed spiders. A steady diet of exclusively spiders. Now, I want to do a test here. If Little Brim... Okay, disregard. I was going to say if Little Brim kills an enemy, do we get the fly for it? Okay, it's the body. After this comes... I think it's Larry Jr., It's only Gurglings if you fight Larry Jr. first, I think. Oh, no. It's... Yeah, no, wait, I was right. It is Larry Jr. Okay. Well, somehow, despite taking a too-hard deal with the devil, we are up to 5 Spirit Hearts... Or, sorry, 5 Red Hearts and 3.5 Spirit Hearts on this floor. That's relatively solid. And you know what? As I always try to conceptualize, the last run was a fucking slog. So for this run to be... great right off the bat means one of two things. First off, the game's being nice to me. I appreciate it. You be nice to me, I'll be nice to you back. Second thing is, maybe they're going to throw me for a loop with a full run reroll later and put me back into slog territory, in which case I'm going to be a little disappointed, but you live by the Zane, you die by the Zane, or you live by the Zane under different circumstances. Hopefully we'll find ourselves not being too perturbed by the situations as they present themselves. For now, though, we're doing good work. We really don't have to do anything. Like, without being overly lazy, like, it's not like this run's good, but it's just good. Like, there's basically no negatives I can muster right now. It'd be really hard for us to fuck this one up. Short of a full run reroll, of course. Dodged right into that, but bombs? No bombs. I don't think... Well, maybe Watch Battery allows us to get those golden chests out of there, but... I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Watch Battery can be good, but for rooms with enemies, it's actually horrendous, so I don't really want to even give myself, like, a mild chance of losing Maggie's Faith, because it's an extremely good trinket, especially when you start with it early. Late in the game, you know, you pick up Maggie's Faith on the chest, it's worth nothing. You start with Maggie's Faith, you're like, you know, this is a beautiful world. Dr. Pangloss. What we are going to do is take 20 flies into the boss fight. But first I'm going to buy the map. Or was that Tarot Cloth or Mom's Box of Trinkets? Mom's Box of Trinkets. So we'll take Treasure Map. If it was Tarot Cloth, we might have considered it, because I really think that is like an S-tier shop item that I haven't had enough chances to truly break with. Or break open the game with, I should say. Yeah, that was pretty dumb of me. I could have put myself in a much safer situation. You gonna blow yourself up, you dinglehorn? We don't really want HP, but what we do want is... okay. Oh my lord. This guy's not messing about. I hate you. Probably the worst Krampus fight we've had in recent memory. Either way, boss rush is in the ticket for us right now, and this is what's going to be win 8 if we win, or win 9. Starting to catch up to AFTERBIRTH, which feels good. I'd like to pass AFTERBIRTH, honestly, because, I mean, AFTERBIRTH is it's a difficult video game. Mod, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it is a video game. I'm not going to... Oh, yes, please, take these. But I'm not going to take... I'm not going to take lard, because I think our HP is fine and will continue to be fine because of Maggie's Faith. I would rather not you know, nerf our speed for basically any discernible reason. Anyway, the reason I want Afterbirth Plus to be higher than Anti-Birth is mostly because I think that we can kind of continue on a long Afterbirth Plus streak. Like, I've been feeling relatively confident recently, and maybe that's foolhardy. You know, pride does come before the fall. Not interested in a speed downgrade, as mentioned earlier. But if we can get Anti-Birth at 10, we can get Afterbirth Plus at 10 million. Just doing some simple arithmetic here, the transitive property. Let's start by getting to win number 9, though, and so far so good, although we royally fucked up the Krampus fight. In the end, it didn't really matter all that much. We actually have to be a little worried. Not worried. We have to be aware of how our HP looks, because we could start to stack up enough HP that it makes it impossible to have a Spirit Heart. And that's a very, very good problem to have, because it's a lot harder to kill you on 12 HP than it is on 1 HP. However, we also want to be able to hold a Spirit Heart because it gives us the best chance possible of getting deals with the devil. So we may actually want to, if a better trinket presents itself, we may want to drop Maggie's Faith to pick up something else. Not right now, but within the next 3 floors or something like that. Depending on how much HP we're able to give away to deals with the devil, of course. But for now, that's kind of it's an unnecessary thing to worry about, I'll admit. We have a Yera rune, which in most cases I'd say you probably save for the chest at this point. It's a long way to go, but I think we'll get there relatively quickly. I'm excited is a terrible pill. If there was one pill I could well, you know what? That's not fair. If there was one pill I could nuke from this fucking game, it would be like... would it taste like pills or something, right? The one that just literally does absolutely nothing for you. Or against you, for that matter. But in terms of, like, the pill that's actually the worst, sure, bad trip is bad. Health downgrade is bad. There's a lot of trinkets that can hurt you. I'm excited, I think, has an almost unprecedented manner of fucking your whole life up. Being able to make broken stopwatch effects appear mid-room can sincerely ruin your run in a way that not a lot of items in Isaac can. So, not a lot of anything in Isaac can. So, prefer, if possible, to never take this, but, of course, you know, what could we have done there? As far as I'm aware, nothing. We'll just have to ride it out. It has a timed effect like Are You a Wizard, I think. But I'll admit, it has a place in the game. See, that's what's annoying. It has a place in the game. If you're going to take the value of the I'm Drowsy pill, you got to accept the potential nastiness of the I'm Excited pill. So, I mean, here's the deal. Spelunker's hat, it's actually pretty okay. This guy is making great time. It is pretty okay, I stand by that. I want to see if we fight Greed, actually. We did not get a Greed fight, but we are going to get some luck upgrades. So this is well worth going to, and finally our luck is above 0. We also got the Devil card. We want to keep the rune, probably. Yeah, probably the best rune of the game is good to keep here. I'm just going to reroll whatever it is, and then whatever we get, as long as it's not destructive, we'll probably take. Yeah, the D1, I mean, we could double our Yera rune and then Yera the Yera. The D1 we had maybe 3 runs ago, 2 runs ago, something like that. It's a decent item, but Jar of Flies is a little... Well, I mean, it's a lot offensively better. It's also easier on the old dome piece. You know, when you're getting up there in age a little bit, you know, okay, look, I'm not old, but if I can use... Am I old enough that occasionally I can use advanced age as an excuse? I feel like if I told, like, a 13-year-old, like, you know, I forget things, I'm old. They'd be like, I understand that. You're almost 30. Pretty much just put you out to pasture. Anyone who's an actual adult, though, is going to be like, you're not old. You're not old! If you talk to a 40-year-old, you're not old until you're 90. That's the general rule of thumb, I think. And if you're talking to a 90-year-old, you're not old until you're, you know, 130. The math doesn't really make sense past a certain point, but it holds true through mysterious means. All right. Shiny Rock. Again, there will come a point at which, if we really want to, you know, use Dark Bum, we're gonna need to, he got me. We're gonna need to, get rid of, Maggie's Faith. And I don't know if that time has come. Oh my lord, it's the second time I've seen this room recently. I don't know if that room is, or I don't know if, that time is coming on this floor, but really all it'll take is like a trinket that is useful. It doesn't even have to be more useful than Maggie's Faith. It just has to be a little useful, because Maggie's Faith, we've already milked like, you know, 80% of the usefulness out of it. Now we can cast it aside, you know, like a derelict employee who's already given the company everything that he has to give. You know, now we can just fire him and hire some young blood that'll work at half the wage. I'm not saying it's a good thing, I'm just saying, you know, from a trinket standpoint, it makes sense right now. So Cupid's Arrow is beautiful. Shop Key is not that trinket, because really, we're trading like 2 HP upgrades for 2 keys. And that's not really the kind of deal that I can get behind, because it's terrible. Okay, we don't want to ruin our permanent Polaroid invincibility chance here. What we do want, and I know that, you know, it's rich coming from a run that's actually, like, amazing, but could you give me a fucking Tears upgrade? Like, we fucked that one up miserably. Could you give me a Tears upgrade? Like, we're very much behind the 8 ball there. Sure, okay. Again, we're not necessarily getting crazy good value out of that, but we might as well give it a shot. Get your flies going, because it's very important that we don't take damage here. This is like the greatest room I've ever seen. You're just gonna give me this room out of nowhere? It's like 12 spirit hearts. Yeah, thank you. It was much more generous than it had to be. Alright, so we're about to be done with the depths one. There must have been a patch or something that added new rooms, because I've seen a lot of weird ones lately. And by must have, I mean, sure, I understand, you know, variance exists. I don't think we want that right now, because we're gonna get that HP anyway. For right now, it's just gonna push a spirit heart out of existence. Come on, torn photo or toothpicks. Torn photo, toothpicks, screw, coat hanger. I'll accept anything, because I have no choice, but I would really, really like one of those items to exist. Caffeine pill and no deal with the devil. What a time to be alive. At least the caffeine pill was a speed upgrade. So now it becomes deal with the devil, or sorry, boss rush circumstances here. We got plenty of time. We actually are a little bit ahead of schedule, which is nice. We did guess right when it comes to our item room. And I've been playing so many dailies lately that I just realized, hey, if we get the chance, we can actually just teleport out of the boss rush here. What a time to be alive. You know what? Give me a syringe. Give me some tears. Give me the people as in free my soul. I want to get lost in the rock and roll and drift away. We got... He says give me the Beat Boys. I know he says give me the Beat Boys, but I always, in my head, it's always give me the people as in free my... And then Austin on the show asked me, why would it be give me the people? I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, about a general strike or something like that. I don't know. Uncle Cracker has mysterious reasons for his songs. Like the song Follow Me, Everything Is Alright, I'll Be the One to Tuck You In at Night is actually about the tenets of utilitarianism. And John Locke's idea that, you know, nature plus work equals property. Nothing. Okay. Also, probably nothing on that joke, which is fair because it was bad. Now, no tinted. Oh no, tinted rocks. We gotta recreate that room wherever it originally existed because there were tinted rocks there. I do want to at least give myself the chance to get something from the shop, and we should try to get teleported if possible. Get a teleporter card because we are about to go to the deal with the devil if we want. Or we're about to go to the deal with the devil and to boss rush if we want, I should say. Please let me in one more room over. There we go. Gonna go out on a limb and say probably our boss trap room is not in the cards for us, but we have a double key room, and that double key room is just a bunch of poop. I mean, we could have Dark Bum generate, my god. We could have Dark Bum generate some spirit hearts for us, but we can always just do that later as well. So what's our ideal shop item right now? Honestly, we're doing so much damage via Little Brim. Careful, don't want to lose our chances here. We're doing so much damage via Little Brim that I think even just like a BFF that only helps Little Brim is pretty swell. There we go. Get out of jail free card. So that's like, really it becomes, what do you value more? Fighting Mega Satan, or Hush, or even getting access to Boss Rush, I suppose. Or, I guess, honestly, I'm just gonna donate. Or, do you value doubling the chests? I really like doubling the chests, so I think I'm gonna try that on for size. Get out of jail free may actually allow you to get out of the boss rush for free, but so be it, you know? If we can't get out of boss rush for free, we'll just have to make sure that it's actually an item that's worth our while. Now, in my opinion, Red Mom is probably the most difficult mom to kill fast. Although we're still going to be able to do it in time. Really, again, we get a damage downgrade with experimental treatment. However, it was a tiers upgrade, which I didn't even mention, even though we've been waiting for it forever. So I basically just accepted it at face value. It seemed like it was probably better for us than it was bad. But this might be a fine opportunity for us to up our damage again. It wasn't really, but I'll take both of these items because basically we can afford to without putting ourselves out at all. None of these items are good enough, but I'll admit that the shears is probably close. So what I'm going to do is actually grab the shears. We're going to pop it, and my reasoning here is that it's kind of like having Box of Friends. Like, Boss Rush is only going to suck to start with here, and then it's going to be awesome. That was really bad. Once we get, like, many shears on the go, we'll be good to go. But after this, I'm taking Jar of Flies. Shears, I'm pretty much just taking to be able to do Boss Rush. The other thing is that I'm hopeful that we'll actually gain HP over the course of Boss Rush because of Dark Bomb. I don't know where those red hearts are coming from. That might just be, you know, lucky for us, but... Okay, Little Brim pretty much doing all the work right now. We should be able to get Jar of Flies without taking a Spirit Heart hit again, which is nice as well. Come on, come on. Shears is running around like chicken with its head cut off or something, trying to make sure that we get this all taken care of. But when it catches these enemies, it's like, why did that enemy get slowed? But when it catches these enemies, it's going to kick the crap out of them. As you can see right there. And again, it's exactly like... It's the same principle as Lilith with Box of Friends on Boss Rush. As if you have decent familiars, you know, when you double them or add one, I guess it is just adding one, it's gonna be like a runaway equilibrium for you. See, like now we have 3 of these guys. It means every boss should be going down like right as it enters into existence. As long as we can get the shears to actually aggro on the bosses, which apparently is not conceivable, but oh, wait, they're going through fits and spurts. Sometimes they're getting it, sometimes they're not. Either way, our plan of gaining HP has actually worked. And it is tempting to roll with shears long term here. I don't know, Jar of Flies seems so much more useful for us. We're just kind of, I think we're being blinded. Like, we're seeing shears at its prime right now. We're not seeing the average, like, everyday shears that we could be getting. What is wrong with these guys? We did pick up the Eternal Heart, so we should be a little bit more careful now, but... Like, we're seeing shears, you know, 6 months after their ex-girlfriend broke up with them. They've been eating right, going to the gym, you know, pursuing ambitions in their life. We're seeing it at the peak of its own personal development. That's not necessarily representative. I'm not saying it's deceitful. I'm just saying this is where Shears makes the best possible impression, which is a good thing. You know, it's a great item when it really puts its mind to it, but we need... Ooh, Capricorn. I think Jar of Flies is a little bit more reliable. A little bit more like, you know, I stand by it, you know? Capricorn is a great pickup, by the way. We'll head down to the next floor. This may well be a Hush situation. If we choose. Wow, that's kind of a slap in the face. Yeah, okay. You know what? Maybe it's not a Hush situation. Maybe I was stupid for thinking it should be a Hush situation. No, we're not stupid for it, but I do wish that we had like a higher DPS. Like, if DPS is good, I don't know why, actually, it feels like it should be much better than this. Like, Little Brim is still our principal damage dealer. We're lucky to have it. Otherwise, this could very easily be one of those runs that, like, looks like it should be great, but is somehow manifesting itself terribly. Explosive Diarrhea is effectively no problem. And yeah, I still take pills on Isaac runs, okay? What are you gonna do about it? You're not my real mom. Sometimes you just gotta roll the dice that it might be a Tears upgrade. Now, we actually aren't that compelled to go to the Curse Room, in my opinion, because we don't have much of a bead on the Guppy Dream. We also don't have many bombs, so like finding secret rooms in general is gonna be a bit of an ask. Oh, I walked into it, but it... Oh, I had a Spirit Heart, I just got one, so it didn't fuck over my deal with the Devil Chance. Thank you, Dark Bum, which has been around forever and is still kicking butt. Really appreciate it. Like, doesn't it feel like after all these upgrades that we've gotten, we should be doing a little bit more damage than this? Maybe I'm just blinded by a pretty strong daily today. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just being an entitled little bitch right now. Could be either or, I suppose. My friend. Is it... It is when you stand close to him. He gets, like... He gets deactivated the closer you stand or something. I still... Oh, I thought I could fly. And now I've got myself trapped in the freaking... Saturday Shuffle. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We still managed to not lose our deal with the Devil Chance. Basically just, like, exactly getting a Spirit Heart every time I take damage. The Gaz. I don't think we have a curse, but still. More money. Not really worth much. Except, you know, in exchange for goods and services. Small rock, please. Okay, also good. Bomb is pretty valuable right now. Find ourselves a second secret room. It contains a red chest. The red chest gets us teleported to a deal with the devil. The deal with the devil has Abaddon. Bob's your uncle. Okay, it may also just have a single eternal heart. And our pipe dream has now become a pipe reality. It's not an expression you hear all that often, but it doesn't make linguistical sense given the idiom, I suppose. We don't want to take an eternal heart because it'll give us too much HP. That may change if we get a deal with the devil right here, but we don't want to lose our spirit heart. Our ability to hold a Spirit Heart, because that would actually compromise our ability to get deals with the devil for the future, which would compromise our ability to get a damage upgrade before I lose my mind from the fact that it's taken me forever to kill freaking, you know, single Lokis here. So we got a Speed Ball. I do like the speed upgrade. To be a 2-speed is overkill, but, you know, welcomed nonetheless. And higher shot speed, in many ways, you can sort of think of it as like higher accuracy, I think, because it gives enemies less time to dodge away from your shots. Now, how much is that worth in the whole scheme of things? Less than a Tears upgrade of the same amount, for sure, but it's not bad. I don't really want to use cards against humanity on this room, or a card against humanity, pardon me. So I think we're going to be, like, right on schedule for Hush. However, I haven't seen a whole lot on this, like, the last 2 floors that really makes me want to subject myself to a Hush fight. Really, I would just be doing it because we got the keys. And you know, relying on the item rooms and to a lesser extent the shop because it doesn't really have the raw statistical upgrades I'm looking for. I'd be relying on those to improve me. And it could happen. There have been documented cases where going to the hush fight has been an improvement, but there's been a lot of situations as well where going to the hush fight is kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back and a bad decision that kind of costs you the whole run. So we're going to be a little 50-50 on that for now. And it's a decidedly, if frustratingly, slightly above average run. Like it's the kind of run that it's like that kid in your class. This might be you. Lord knows it was me at times before I've, found at least a mild work ethic. That was like, naturally pretty intelligent, doesn't apply themselves as much as they should. You're looking at it and you're like, wow, you got this golden gift. You got lump of coal. You got piercing shots. You got dark bum. But you're just not putting the whole package together. We need a little bit of a wake-up call in this case. And to continue with the metaphor, the wake-up call in this case would basically just be a damage upgrade. Mind you, we've already had Capricorn, but sometimes it takes a little extra. Hopefully we can get to that at some point here. Pulse Worm. Almost tempting, because we have enough keys to not really worry. I'm not really interested in the arcade, but we'll peep it just in case it's a special arcade, and it is. Okay, so I'm actually glad I came down here. We might want to play this regular Judgment as well, but principally we want a syringe to get spun, and we got maybe the syringe. I'm excited is not a pill I will take, but now we're going to shoot syringes occasionally. Those syringes are going to deal a lot of damage, and our damage has just gone up by itself as well, so I am happy about that. 10.83 damage. Rate of fire now could stand the gain just a little bit. We're just trying to balance them in proportion with one another. Okay, Spirit Heart's not worth anything, sadly. Come on, give me the HP. I know you got it in there. There we go. We actually don't want it, now that I think about it. I guess we would have much rather had like a compass or something. Wait, didn't we already get the compass? I can't remember. Anyway, we're taking Yarrow with us. It's probably our boss room just around the corner here. I don't know if we can tell which shots are syringes. Seems like all of our shots are triangles unless I'm missing something. Trying to pay closer attention now that we've got less reason to dodge on these enemies, but no, I don't know. Hard to tell. Come on, come on. I mean, it's tempting, but oh, come on. I can still smell the hush fight. Do we want to go to the hush fight? No, not really. But we still should, it's a bragging rights thing. I still want to try to get into the hush fight. It's like, I don't want to go into that club, but I also don't want them to be like, hey, old man, get out of the line, let the young blood in. Excuse me, does any of this young blood have equity? I mean, neither do I, but at the same time, in an egalitarian society, everybody should be allowed to enter the nightclub. Hey, get out of here with that utilitarian mindset. This is a meritocracy. Only the best dancers get into this club. How are you supposed to know if I'm the best dancer if I've never been in the club? Riddle me this, Mr. Bow. Hey, don't you try to my dinner with Andre yourself out of this one, old man. Get out. Well, I don't think you should mock that film. I mean, really, it's quite a landmark of the genre, to be honest with you. Even The Simpsons riffed on it. I don't know where we're going with this. Either way, I do know where we're going on this run, and is going real well so far. One turn to the right here, and a pelvic thrust, and we should be on the Isaac fight. And, well equipped. We fucked ourselves out of what was a probable deal with the devil on the last floor. And, to be honest with you, it's actually completely fine. We still got, at the best of times, we got 11 HP. Okay, we're not at the best of times, sadly, but, oh no, it was definitely a syringe. I shot a syringe there, and I did not shoot the deputy. We do have 8 items coming for us on the chest, so got a really good chance to maybe even increase our DPS a little bit, but honestly, I mean, it's a big ask because I'm actually asking for 2 items, but it's a modest gain. Sad Bombs and 99 of them. Or Sad Bombs and Dr. Fetus. I think this is a really good run for Sad Bombs. And I want to see the syringes start to pop off. The other way we could do it is soy milk. So if you want to give me soy milk and maybe like Parasite or something along those lines, sure. I just want to try. I've never had a run that really popped off with the syringes. The other thing that might help with the syringes is something like the Red Outbreak that I don't even know the name of, really. contagion, something like that. So when enemies exploded, they kind of like passed on the poison to other enemies and could do a number on them. We're in a good spot right now. Obviously, this is not a bad situation at all. Curse of the Unknown, Yara, and then go to town. I mean, Rotten Baby's good. Quad Shot really lowers our rate of fire, but is probably worth taking in most situations. Lusty Blood is excellent as well. So we certainly didn't miss on this one. Even if it didn't give me, anything that I asked for, is still quite good. So probably our boss fight is going to be this way. Try to use Little Brim to still like land some shots, because what was the old rule of thumb I had? It was like Little Brim can probably carry your run down to the Mom's Heart fight. I don't know if it's carried this run, but it has it's done a little bit of the lifting for sure. You got me? You got me. It's a spider, but you still got me. Did they buff Little Horn? I've been seeing, I feel like at least I've been seeing a lot more of that like make a pit in all directions attack over the past few runs. This is indeed the right way. Alright, so this run's gonna be a win. It never had reason not to be a win, really. Like, it's been great since the start. And, unsung hero on this run, Maggie's Faith. Gave us enough HP that we never had to worry at all. Dark Bomb, also really valuable. Those are the big ones, honestly, and we got them pretty early. So, we were never really in a dark spot on this run, but let's finish it off the right way. Flies are doing an awful lot of damage. Nothing wrong with that. Thank God we don't have Curse Eye. We don't have to worry about teleporting. It's a whole new freaking era. We had a syringe kill an enemy. See, that's why I'm still craving that. I know it exists. Somewhere in Afterbirth Plus exists a seed where you can get this dirty syringe play. We are not going to do the Void even if a portal shows up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.